tracing the word black, right? The essence of what it is. We know black is an English word, right? But the essence of it, when you say Moris Negros, right? Negros is coming from the Latin Niger or Niger, right? And what's important to understand is when we are talking about how the word, how the, because what I've come to realize, man, is like black is it's like you hear how he says an adjective, it describes something, but it's actually a thing. You know, it's a thing. It's a person and a thing, and it's a place because when they use words like moorland, like for instance, the moor mud that we're putting a product together for, they say they get it from the moorlands in Europe. So it's a place. You also see that in definition.
But they're
And
calling
Kemet,
it more mud because the mud is black.
100, that's my point. That's my point.
So this, trying to separate them is like,
This is my point. It's a thing. You see, it's a thing. It's
yeah.
a person. It's a place. So when we're discussing this concept of blackness, we can trace it back across ancient cultures, ancient history. And there's several different words for it that we prove it. The first time it gets associated with evil in a certain way, like I know in ancient Egypt, white was considered good and black was considered like death to a degree or something like that. But the time it became, and that's even, we got to revisit that
And
narrative as
that's
well.
context.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm saying.
context because that expert on Herodotus in North Africa was talking about in ancient Egypt, was a black political party and a white political party. Not the people were black and white, but those colors were used in like how we would use the red and the blue, or something
Right,
like that. But political parties though versus gangs, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Um, so
But
yeah, it's context. You know what
and
I
that's what
mean?
I'm saying. Because within that we still have Kemet being land of the blacks,
Land of the black. And that
as
is the
well as
translation for a lot of stuff because Dublin, all the way in Ireland, Dublin means black land.
right, right. But
Dub means
also,
black. You know
right,
what I mean?
but
And land is
also,
land.
100%. But also, and I don't, I'm not glossing past that. But when we look at when we trace the word, the phonetic sound of more, the MR with the interchangeable vowel in the Metu Netter, it is the prefix to any one that has authority, right? And I put this is document this in my book from Slaves to Kings, but Gerald Massey, I believe it's Gerald Massey in his book. He shows those things, and I can pull that up after when I get a chance to. But my point is that when by the time we get to that inquisitional period, the 14th century, 15th century, that's when you see black being depicted as the devil in European culture. And I won't even say European culture, I'll say pale Christian European culture, right? Just to be more specific. And I say pale because white as a people didn't exist yet. There's always existed a concept of a black people in a black land.